everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. I've done a lot of videos about being chronically ill and or disabled and wanting to write. I'll link the playlist up in the cards, but I thought that today I would focus on things that have helped me keep writing while also being chronically ill and disabled. First, a little disclaimer thing. I'm not the only chronically ill disabled person on Authortube or even on YouTube in general, so just because something works for me doesn't mean that it will work for you. Also, you can be chronically ill and not disabled and not chronically ill, but I am both, so this is where my expertise comes in. So number one, schedules. As someone who's been around my channel for a while will know, I am very organised. I have my planner, I have my iPad calendar, and I use both as a way to keep myself on track. While I know it's not something that everyone can do for a variety of reasons, like they don't have a set schedule, or it's just not something that works for them, it is something that has very much helped me when it comes to managing writing and my author life. I'll talk about where I spend my time more in a moment, but when it comes to schedules, you don't have to be to the depth and level as I do. You've got to do what works for you, and if that means having a looser schedule or being more vague about timings, that's perfectly valid and go for it. When it comes to deciding what kind of scheduling works for you, it's about knowing what you can manage, and that will come with a lot of trial and error. I first started with an idea of setting myself one thing to do a day, and back then it would take me all day, and it just wasn't feasible for me to go beyond that. But as I've gotten more organised and gotten tighter with my schedule, I've been able to condense down the time I spend writing or working and move on to that very much needed rest time. So even if you're just starting out, be kind to yourself, know that some things will work and others won't, and that's okay. It's all about learning what works for you. Number two, balancing time. A lot of the chronic ill/disabled life is about balancing your time and your energy and all the rest. Like, if my pain levels are bad, I know I'm going to have to spend more time resting, same with fatigue or a flare or the like. The same applies to writing and publishing. No matter which route you go down, you will have to balance your time and make things work for you. I've been published 19 years in August, and while my schedule has only really gotten to the degree it has in the last 5 years or so, I have always had to balance my time with everything else. It's about finding a way that works for you, and it may look completely different to the way other people, abled, healthy or otherwise, do things, but you can't do it wrong. By that I mean it's not possible to do it wrong. You are the person who knows yourself best. You are the only one who can really help yourself with this kind of thing. Going back to how I started with one thing a day, now I still do that most days, but there are also a few days in any given month when I'll juggle two things, and it works for me because I know how my body works and I know how to balance my time in my own favour. So don't be afraid to try things, and don't think you failed or done it wrong if it doesn't work for you. We're all different, and that's okay. And number three, the disabled writing community. This is not something that gets talked about a lot either by me or by other people in the writing community, but there are a whole ton of disabled people, chronically ill people within the writing community, and they will help you to the best of their ability. The writing community as a whole has been a welcoming place for me, but the disabled writing community does that to a whole different degree. I've had offers of help juggling release stuff, I found my sensitivity readers through that community, and more than I can think to mention. They are a place where you can talk things out and just not be judged for them. They get the limits we all have and they embrace them and look to find things that will work for you. So yeah, this is a massively good thing, and I think more people need to be aware of it. So there we go, those are my three tips really when it comes to writing as a chronically ill and or disabled person. And basically that there is a way to do it, you just have to find that sweet spot for you personally. I can do the things I can do because I've worked for literal years honing my schedule and working out how things work for me and how my body works, and doesn't matter how long it takes. It can take as long as it takes, and that's okay. It doesn't matter if it takes you years or months or whatever. You just need to find a way that works for you and slowly edge closer to the finish line. So do you have any tips as a chronically ill or disabled person for writing? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Invisible, which is the first in a young adult dystopian quartet. And also, don't forget to grab a ticket for Wonderland in Nottingham in July 2025, where I'll be signing books. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.